Okay, so here we go. Okay, everyone. So how was the video? Just give me a thumbs up, everyone. Oh, wonderful, Janil. Hi, Janvi. Yes, I could see now many students have joined. Great job, guys. Rudar, Thomas, Avantika. Okay, Shania, Sonika. That's wonderful. Now let's move on. I welcome you all again to the first time revision marathon organized by 98th percentile. So just a quick request to you all students. Can you just quickly call up your parents once? Because I'm having a wonderful video for them. Okay. Quickly call up your parents and then I would be starting with the presentation. Yes, I could see the parents are joining. Okay. Thank you so much. So I would be waiting for another 30 seconds for all the parents to join. Okay, that's wonderful. I could see parents are coming. Welcome, parents. Children, keep on smiling. I want you all to keep smiling. Okay, now let's start. Let's move on. Thank you so much, parents, for registering your children with us. Now, just a small disclaimer, the session will be recorded for quality and marketing purposes. Now, children, you all want to put your smiling faces on all the time in this session. Why? Because we would be using some of the clips for our social media purpose. I don't want the sad and gloomy faces, right? Give me a thumbs up, guys. I could see Janil is smiling and excited. Okay, Janvi, Avantika, yes, Shania, Joanne, wonderful. Let's move on. Hey there, that's me. My name is Prachi, and I'm an adventurous person. I like to spend time traveling in mountains, solving math riddles and sketching and making handicraft stuff. So I am sure that many of you out there would like to solve math riddles, yes? Okay, so here is a math riddle for all of you. Okay, which month has 28 days? Which month has 28 days? You could use the chat option down there and type in your answers. Okay, which month has 28 days? Okay, smart move, huh? Okay, I could see that. Children are smart over here. So the answer is all the months are having 28 days, guys. Yes, Janil, you're right. Wonderful. And some might be thinking that the 28 days only February is having. No, but that's a common sense, guys. Let's move on. So what's the purpose of this revision marathon? So to remove all your anxieties. So that's a very, revision opportunity, parents, for your children. And who are we? So as a 98th percentile, we are an online e-learning company which gives math, coding, and English classes in a live classroom environment. And we, just commit to personalized attention and fix skill gaps and focus on acceleration. That's our main motto, parents. So let's move on. So what are the benefits our students enjoy joining with us? Definitely there would be some benefits. Personalized learning, monthly and weekly test, parents. We would be checking the children, tests that how they are progressing on monthly and weekly basis, fixing the skill gaps. And yes, definitely the children need some reinforcement, right? So they have the access to award winning platforms. And what do we understand by skill, fixing the skill gaps? Like suppose we are in grade 4 and your children are having some skill gaps in grade 2 and 3. So our teachers, our experts make sure that no skill gaps are left behind when they move further by providing some extra class, extra questions in the class, taking reviews and so on. Okay, why do our customers love us? So parents are not making any kind of false claims over here. We have some proofs over here. The reviews you could see over here from the parents. And you could definitely, the reference link is there in the chat. You can just click on that and just Google out and Facebook. That's all we have. Let's move on. So meet Gokul, children and parents. So he is Gokul, who has joined with us 2 years back. Now he's currently studying in algebra honors class in his high school with us. And his dedication and literally I've paid him off. And the parents have wonderful reviews to share with us, and his grades have definitely increased a lot. So that is how it goes. Let's move on. What is revision marathon? Now, parents and children, we would be taking you for the next 5 weeks, and we would be covering all of the grade 4 curriculum in these 5 weeks. And the experts will explain the question and teach the concept using the Kahoot session. So children, just get ready for the excitement. Be excited because that Kahoot session, you already know, is very fun and learning together. Yes. Okay. And that would be covered in next 5 weeks. So parents, your children would be ready for their upcoming exams. Let's move on. So these are the few guidelines. Please look on to these guidelines. Just read it very carefully, parents and children. We have tried to cover maximum revision in case we don't miss on any topic. And the parents, please make sure the students must avoid distracting background, and all of you would be on mute entire the session. But if any kind of communication, you can definitely use the chat option for that. Okay, so I would just keep this slide for more 10 seconds so that you can just read it out. And we have tried to cover the maximum topics over here, parents, so don't panic if any kind of topic is missing over here. And the students who are already there with 98th percentile, they can, if any doubt, they can take the screenshot of the questions and come with the teachers in the live session in the classrooms. And those who are not enrolled with us, please find the reference link in the chat option, and you can just register yourself for the free trial classes. Let's move on. What all will be covered during this revision marathon, parents? So we have 5 domains: operations and algebraic thinking, numbers operations, and in base 10, and fractions, measurement and data, and geometry part. Benefits of revision marathon. Definitely, I know that most of the, kids over here must be feeling stress and anxiety. So all of your anxiety and stress would be vanished in the next coming 5 weeks. And there is no participation fees, guys. You would be getting some practice worksheets too. That's the most wonderful thing over here. You can practice on once, we have gone through the concepts. Let's move on. The session structure would be like, I would be teaching you and you would be learning and fun, getting fun and learning together. And what about the post-session practice? You would be getting some extra worksheets on that. Let's begin, guys. So show me your excitement. Give me a thumbs up, some emojis using your, you could see your emojis down there. Oh, I could see that. Thomas is a lot excited. Avantika, Shania, wow, wonderful. Jemin, Tanvi, Sindhuja, Saloni, Rudar. Okay, I could see everyone is excited. Wonderful. Let's begin. Thank you so much, parents, for taking out your time. Just one small request that before you leave, please help your child in setting up the device. Now, kids, you need to have another, smartphone or a tablet with you. Now, we will just join this battlefield. And for that, I would be sharing the game pin in my Zoom screen shortly, but please use your second phone or a tablet or a smartphone. Open your browser and log in kahoot.it. Make sure you're using the second device because in this screen, you would only be able to see the questions, right? Answer, you have to make sure you are answering from the second device. So is that a thumbs up? Are you using a second device, guys? Okay, wonderful. So are we all ready now? Just make sure you enter kahoot.it in the browser. I could see the thumbs up, guys. Give me some hearts and smiling faces over there, guys. Okay, I could see Sindhuja. Yes, wonderful. This is how you need to go. And I would be sharing a game pin and then you would be writing that in your, and then you, oh, I could see some hearts popping out. Wonderful. Thank you, Avantika. Thank you, Janil. Okay, Saloni. Wonderful. Let's move on. So are you all ready? Let's move on. Let me share my screen and let's go to Kahoot. Okay, guys, here we are. Let's move on. So the game pin is just coming. Just get ready for that. You need to enter your nickname after that. Make sure you enter the correct name. And here we go. 5426226. 542, I could see. Okay. Aryav, Ansh, Jemin. I would just request, this is, I could see Parhas 051Z. I just want you to just, use your original name over here. Okay, I could see a lot of names popping out here. Wonderful, guys. Okay, Sweta, Prabhav, Amishi. Yes, wonderful. Arun, Sumaya. Okay, let's wait for another 30 seconds and then we can start our session, guys. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I could see some more names coming, Joan, Isa. Okay, so that's, okay, wonderful. Maya 360Z. I will request kids just use your first name over here so that it's easier to recognize, right? Okay, so I think everyone has joined now. Still more are coming. Sindhuja, K, Sona, Janvi, wonderful. Nathan, okay, that's wonderful. Enjoy the music till the time everyone joins. I could see more names popping out. Okay, Shania, Nathan, wonderful. Okay, so I think now we can just wait for another 15 seconds and then we're gonna start the session. Okay. Okay, kids, heads up to all you. So a thumbs up. Are you all excited? Shall we go? Wonderful. Okay, so let's see now. Everyone has joined. Let's start the session, guys. Let's move on. Now, before starting this, I would just like to share the skills that we're gonna cover in this session, guys. So let me share those skill sets that we're gonna learn in today's class. Okay, so can you see these are the skills that we would be learning today? There are total 10 skills. Kindly take a screenshot if you want to. And accordingly, we would be continuing with our, so this is a domain 1, which we would be covering today. So kindly take a screenshot if you want to. Okay, now let's move on. Wonderful. Let's start the session now. Okay, so I'm just starting it, guys. Grade 4, domain 1. Get ready for the questions. Make your second handset ready. Okay, question 1. Which equation represents the statement 35 is 7 times as many as 5? Yes, 14, 13. Okay, go on, kids. Wonderful. I could see some answers are popping out. Wonderful job, guys. Okay, let's move on. Wow. Now, I have got some good questions. Let's see how this concept is being solved. Okay, so here we go. Can you all see the screen? Give me just a thumbs up, guys. Can you all see my screen? Can you all see that I'm writing something on the screen? Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's start. So which equation represents the statement 35 is 7 times as many as 5? Now, we know that this is a multiplication statement, right? Now, how to represent this multiplication statement as a multiplication equation, guys? Now, 35. Now, we know that when we talk about equation, there is an equal to sign we use, right? So this is represented by equal to sign and 7 times as many as 5. That means there are 7 groups in all, which are having 5 in them. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 6 groups. I need to draw one more group, right? So we have 7 groups over here, which are having 5 circles in it. That means 7 times 5. I suppose that all of you got this question now, right? Wonderful. Now let me just check that if you got it or not. So now get ready for the question. 42 is 6 times as many as 7. How would you represent this multiplication statement? Kindly use the chat option, guys, and answer this quickly. I would just give you 30 seconds in that. Yes, guys, Shania, Aizia, Jemin, Sindhuja, Saloni, Rudar. Okay, so that's nice, wonderful. So that means everyone got this concept. Wonderful. Now let's move on and see who got the correct answers. Okay. Oh, I could see that. Aizia is on the top of the board. Wonderful job, Aizia. Let's move on to the next question. But Rangrag, Sutho, it's still chasing behind. Let's see. Okay, moving on to the next question, guys. Here's the next question. Jill sold 14 books. Heather sold 9 times as many books as Jill. Which equation can be used to determine how many books Heather sold? And like that's popping out. Wonderful job. Okay, so here we got the answer as 14 times 9. That's great. Let's see how this question is solved. Okay, this again was a multiplication statement, right? And we need to solve this and write this as a multiplication equation. So Jill sold 14 books. So just a head start, guys. Whenever you read a word problem, there are 2 important things. Just make sure what is given in the question. Now we could see that Jill and Heather are there in this question. Writing Jill over here and Heather in your notebooks. And then moving on, Jill sold 14 books. Heather sold 9 times as many books as Jill. That's pretty simple. So 14 times 9. So please quickly multiply this and let me know the total number of books sold by Heather. Yes, I could see some of them are multiplying. Yes, Avantika, I could see you. You using your notebook. That's great. Just type in your answers, guys, quickly. Okay, so 14 times. Yes, guys, go on. Wonderful. That would be great. 126. That's the correct answer. Good job, guys. Let's move on to the next question. Let's see who's leading over here now. Oh, now I could see Maya has leading now. Anuava, Shania. Oh, I could see Shania is in the third. Sutho. Wonderful job, guys. Keep your excitement on. Let's move on to the next question and the next. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Adam mowed 6 times more lawns than Kenny. Kenny mowed 3 lawns. So Adam mowed how many lawns? Yes, yes. Okay, I can see the answers are coming. Great. And time is up. Let's see how this question is solved. So we have Adam over here. We have Kenny over here. Now, guys, whenever you solve a statement like this, just try to assume yourself in that statement. We have Adam. We have Kenny. Now, assume yourself as a Adam, okay, and your friend Kenny, right? Now, Adam mowed 6 times more lawns than Kenny, but Kenny mowed 3 lawns. So the accurate and the given, number over here is 3 lawns. So Kenny mowed 3 lawns. Now move to the first statement. Adam mowed 6 times more lawns than Kenny. 1. So that means 6 times 3, right? And 6 times 3 is equal to 18. And that's what the answer is. Adam mowed 18 lawns, guys. Okay, that's how we do this. Let's move on. Okay, so keep your excitement on. Let's see who's leading the board now. Oh, I could see the name changing over here. Anuava is still leading the scoreboard. I could see that Bhavyo has a streak with 3 correct answers. Wonderful job, Bhavyo. Great going. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. So Scott read 434 pages during his vacation. This is 7 times more pages than Brian read. How many pages did Brian read, guys? Go on. Find your answer. Be quick, but with an accurate answer, guys. Time is out. I could see Janvi was showing some great moves over this music, Janvi. That was nice. So keep your excitement on like this, guys. Let's see how this question is solved. Okay. Scott read 434 pages during his vacation. Okay. This is 7 times more pages than Brian read. Now, guys, in this, just understand we are doing the multiplication or the division. How many pages did Brian read? Now we have to identify the number of pages Brian read, which is, this is 7 times more pages than Brian read. That means 434. Let me write the 2 names over here. Scott and Brian, right? Okay. Scott read 434 pages. Let us write this information over here. 434 pages. Now, this is 7 times more pages than Brian. Now, we don't know how many pages Brian read. We know? No, we don't know. Let's assume that as number of pages as P. Now, this 434 is 7 times more than P, isn't it, guys? Yes, that means to find the P, I need to divide 434 by 7, isn't it? So here we go with the division, guys. So make sure you read the question carefully, write whatever is given to you, and then proceed on with your answer. Now, in this 434 divided by 7, guys, 434 is my dividend, right? I'm sure that everyone knows how to divide. This is my dividend and this is my divisor. And this dividend goes inside the division house, right? And this divisor goes outside the division house, guys. Now, how do we divide now? We have to see how many times the 7 is going in 43, because I cannot take 4 because that's less than 7. So I know that 7 times 6 is 42 can go the maximum in 43. Subtracting it, bringing the next digit down. Now 7 can go 2 times in 14. So 6 times 2 is 14, guys. Here is our answer. I suppose that everyone got the skill. Wonderful. Now let's move on and let's see who's leading the scoreboard now. Get ready, guys. Oh, I could see some more name changes. Maya, Rangrag, Sutho. Okay, wonderful. 3 players just hit the answer streak in 3. Okay, let's move on, guys. Get ready for the next question. Keep your excitement on. Yes, I can see smiling faces. Wonderful. This is the next skill, guys. We have come to the rounding part, our next skill. Round the first number to nearest 100 and multiply to estimate the product, guys. Go on. I could see everyone is solving using their notebooks. That's wonderful, guys. Okay, Tanuja, Audrey. Okay, nice. Joanne, Thomas. I think many of you have got the answers. Got the answer, guys. Let's see, 19 of you answered it correctly, whereas 27 of you answered that incorrectly. Okay, now let's understand this skill, guys. That's very pretty simple. Let's see how. We have to round the first number to nearest 100. Now, what do we understand by rounding? By rounding, we understand that we just estimate the things, right? And how do we do that? There are 2 rules to follow that, guys. Let me just make you understand. Suppose I'm taking a different number, let's say 434. Now, I need to round off this number to nearest 100, right? So first we would be finding out the digit falling in the hundreds place. I suppose that all of you know that this is my ones place, this is my tens place, this is my hundreds place. Fine. So in the hundreds place, the digit is 4. But how to round off this? For this, I would be taking the help from its neighbor. And 4 neighbor is t, that is tens. So that means I have to look to the tens place, guys, to round hundreds place. Now, if my tens place is 5 or more, I'll round it up. So that's a kind of a rhyme. You can learn this thing. 5 or more, round it up. 4 or less, round it down. Say it along with me, guys. 5 or more, round it up. 4 or less, round it down. Wonderful. So we have to see now, we have to round it down or up. Round it down means we won't make any changes to the hundreds place, and round it up means we would be adding 1 to the hundreds place. Now here the tens place is 4 or less. We won't make any change in 4. So 434 would be rounded to 400, making the other digits 0 and keeping the hundreds place as it is. So I hope now you understand this point. If you want to note it down, this rule, very important rule, using this rule, you could use my, round off any multiple digits. Now let's see what the question was. 1924. We know that hundreds place is 9. Yes, and tens place is 2. Now we have to round it off to hundreds place, guys. So I would be looking to the tens place, which is 4 or less. So I will round it down. That means this hundreds place would be remaining the same. And the next digits like tens and ones would be getting a 0, and the thousands would be remaining the same. So 1924 is rounded to 1900. Wonderful. Yes, great job, guys. So 1900 times 4. Now here comes your multiplication again. Now how to do that? Whenever we multiply by the multiples of 10, guys, just that's a small trick for you guys. That just use the numbers, multiply the whole numbers over here. 19 times 4 would give me 76, right? Now add the number of zeros in that. So the answer is 7,600, guys. So that was the answer. Let's see who got it correct. Okay, before moving on, let me give you one more question so that I know that you all understood this concept or not. So here is a big number, 43,294. Now you have to round up this number to nearest 1,000, guys. Nearest 1,000. Make sure you're looking to the thousands place, but to round off, you need to look to hundreds place. 4 or more, round it down. 4 or less, round it down. 5 or more, round it up. Okay, that's great, guys. So I could see everyone is solving this, and now you have got this question, right? Okay, wonderful, Shania. I could see your head moving. Okay, what about others? Thomas, can I see your heads up? Yes, Thomas, wonderful. Good job. Let's move on. Now, let's see who answered this first. Let's see. Okay, I could see still the scoreboard is changing every time. Rang Rag is leading the scoreboard. Wonderful. Now I could see that Janvi is the highest climber. That's great, Janvi. Keep on doing like this. Let's move on, guys. Get ready for the next question. Okay, round each number to the nearest 10 and divide to estimate the quotient. Got 22 seconds left. Okay, so time is up. And I could see only 3 students have answered this. Okay, 21 students have answered this correctly. Let's see, guys, how this is done. Okay, so round each number. Now we know what is rounding. Now here we need to round to nearest tens, right? Both the digits. So 94 rounded to nearest tens. I know that tens digit is 9, but I have to look to ones place. If it is 4 or less, yes, I think someone made some mistake. I could see a sigh on the face. Okay, so ones place is 4 or less, you need to round it down. So see, you could use this using a number line also, guys. You might get some questions in your exams drawing a number line. Now we know that this 94 is falling somewhere between 90 and 100, right? Now, the half of this is 95. Now this 94 is coming somewhere over here on the number line. Now, you need to round up. Rather moving it to 100, that would be a long way. We would round it down to 90 because that's nearer to 94. This is how we can use a number line to round off the numbers, guys. So this 94 rounded down to 90 and 26. Now, where is 26 falling in a number line? Now, here is a number line, guys. 26 is falling between 20 and 30, right? And here somewhere 25, half of it. So 26 would be more than half. It would be falling somewhere over here on the number line. Now, instead of going so many back times, the 26 is nearer to 30. It would be going to 30, isn't it? Yes, wonderful job. That means 90 divided by 30, guys. Now, what's the answer of this division equation is called as our quotient, right? Which goes on the top of the house. Remember, 90 going inside, 30 going outside. Now, I would be seeing how many times 30 is going in 90, guys. 3 times? Yes. Wonderful. Yes. So 30 times 3 is 90, guys. And that's the answer is. I think now you got it. Wonderful. Now let me give you one more question quickly so that you could all solve it. Okay, let me give a 2-digit question only. 35 divided by, let's say, 15. Go on and solve this to nearest 10. Okay, scratching your head. Okay. Yes, yes, you could do that, guys. Waiting for another 30 seconds. I could see that some are answering the question. Wonderful. Now let's see how this is solved. Okay, 35 is rounded up. 35 would go to 40. 15 will also be going up rather than going to 10. It would love to go to 20, right? So that's a 20. Now 40 divided by 20, guys. Now here, let me share a small trick with you. Whenever we are dividing, right, two numbers, and we have some zeros in the dividend and in the divisor, guys, we could cross out the equal number of zeros from the dividend and from the divisor to make our calculation simpler. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. Isn't it good? Yes? Give me a thumbs up. Shall we move on? Okay, let's see who's leading the scoreboard now. Okay, I could see that the names are changing over here. Okay, so Sutho is leading the scoreboard. Wonderful. Arun is the highest climber now. Arun, congratulations. Let's move on to the next question, guys. Okay, so here is it. That's a word problem. Read it carefully. There are 48 slices of pizzas that will be divided between 13 people. How many slices does each person get if they are split evenly? Choose the correct answer from the choices below. Read the question again, guys, if you don't understand it. You have to use the fraction. You have to divide it equally. Go on. Time is up, guys. I could see that 19 students have answered that correctly. Okay, let's see how this question is solved. Okay, so here was the question again, a word problem, again, a word statement that most, these word statements scared a lot to a lot of students over there, but don't get scared. If you get scared with them, they will scare you. Make these statements your friends, guys. So there are 48 slices of pizza. Okay, so are you hungry by listening this name pizza? Because I am feeling hungry. Okay, let's eat it then. There are 48 slices of pizza that will be divided between 13 people, guys. So we know that we have to divide 48 by 13, right? Now, how many slices does each person will get if they are split evenly? Now, you have to split them evenly, guys. You have to choose the correct answer. Now, let's see how this is solved. Okay, so can you see my screen, guys? 48 divided by 13. I would be again using the division house here. 48 would be going inside the division house. 13 would be going outside the division house. Isn't it, guys? Yes. Okay, so I would be seeing how many times 13 is going in 48. I know that 13 times 3 is 3 times 3 is 9 and 3 times 1 is 3. Let's try with 4. 13 times 4 is 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 1, 4, adding 1, 52. I cannot take 52 in 48 because that's more than that, right? Yes. So I have to take 3 times. Let's see. I'm left with how many, pizza slices over here? So I am left with, guys, 9 pizza slices. Now, how do I distribute these 9 pizza slices? Everyone has got 3, but there is a remainder, guys. So can I write this remainder as my numerator and my divisor becomes the denominator. So 9 slices would be distributed equally in 13 people. So that was the answer, guys, 3, 9, 13. So this becomes our fraction. I hope many of you might be knowing that this is a kind of a mixed fraction, right? Where we have our whole number, and this is my fraction part where 9 slices are distributed in 13 people. So this was the answer, guys. 3, 9, 13 was the correct answer. So I hope now you got it, how to represent the remainder as a fraction. Remainder becomes our numerator and the divisor becomes our denominator. So let's move on, guys, to the next skill. Keep on doing hard work. Okay, let's see the scoreboard over here. I could see the names are changing. Okay, so Suto is again leading the scoreboard. Wonderful job. Okay, so Turan has a streak with 7 correct answers. Wonderful. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Get ready, guys. Okay, again a word statement. Let's see. In June, Pleasant Bay Camp had 310 campers. In July, 205 more campers arrived. Okay, in August, 103 campers went home. How many campers were left? Yes, use the multiple operations over here and answer the question, guys. Here we go. Up, guys. I could see that 37 students have answered it correctly. Wonderful. That means many of you know how to solve this question. Let's see. Now, this is a word problem where multiple operations are taken. So let's see which operations. So we have 4 operations, guys, in mathematics, if you know. And what are those? Those are multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. Now, let's see which operation or operators have been used over here. In June, okay, we have June. Pleasant Bay campus at 310 campers. Wonderful. I have written this information. So guys, can you see when I'm reading the question, I'm writing whatever is given to me. That's the main thing when you do the word statement, word problems. In July, okay, we have July also. 205 more campers arrived. Now, these are the keywords, guys. More. More means we have to add, right? So that means if I add 205 to 310, that would give me a total number of campers after July, isn't it? Let me add that. 310 and 205. That would give me 515. Yes? Okay. Now in August, what happened? There is some more change. Let's see what's that. 103 campers went home. Okay, they went home. That means we have to subtract them. Yes, because they went home. Now we have to subtract 103 from 515. That was the total campers till July. Now when we subtracted 5 minus 3, subtracting the ones place, 2. Then 1 minus O is 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. So answer is 412, guys. Yes, this is how we do these questions. The question asked was how many campers were left. So these are the keywords, guys, that you would be using in this word problems. I would be sharing some important keywords with you after we are done with this so that you could, keep those keywords in your mind. Let's move on. Let's see the scoreboard. Okay, so Parah just hit the answer streak 8. Wonderful job, Parah. You have answered 8 questions in a continuous sequence. Good job. Okay, I could see still Suto is leading the scoreboard. Wonderful. Let's move on, guys. Show me some excitement, guys. I want to see some hearts, some smileys popping out for me, please. Use your emojis and give me some hearts. I could see that Shania is smiling. Okay, now I'm getting some hearts. Now I am feeling good. Thank you so much, guys. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, here we go. Let's get ready for the next question, guys. Okay, so here is it. Wonderful, that's a big question. Now let's see, let me read it out for you guys. Mark and Carlos are combining their toy car collections. Mark has 19 sports cars and 26 off-road cars, okay? Carlos has 3 times as many sport cars and 2 times as many off-road cars. How many toy cars will they have in their combined collection, guys? Go on. We got 23 correct answers over here. I am supposing that half of you know the skill then. Let's see this question. So this is a very big question, but don't get scared. It's very easy when you read it very carefully, okay? So Mark and Carlos. So we are having 2 people over here. Let me write those names. Mark and Carlos. Okay, now let's move on. Are combining their toy car collections. Now, guys, this is again a keyword. Combining means we are adding something over here in the statement, right? So Mark has 19 sports cars, okay, and 26 off-road cars. So the total collection he is having of this, okay? So can I say that Mark is having 19 plus 26 and put those in parentheses, right? Let's move on. Carlos has 3 times as many sports cars and 2 times as many off-road cars. Okay, 3 times of what? 3 times of Mark. That means 19 times 3 and 26 times 2, guys. So this is what Carlos is having. Okay, so how many toy cars will they have in their combined collection? That means we have to add all of it together. So what would be the equation be? 19 plus 26 would be the Mark collection. Adding sports cars for Carlos, 19 times 3. Adding off-road cars for Carlos, that is 26 times 2. When you will add all these 3 together, you would be getting the correct answer. I want you all to do this and let me know the correct answer, guys. Quickly, I'll give you 30 seconds for that. Okay, solve this. 19 plus 26, 19 times 3, 26 times 2, and let me know the answer. Okay, I could see you are solving, guys. That's great. Wonderful. Okay, so I could see a lot of you are using your notebooks. Thomas, so are you solving this, Thomas? Okay, I want the answer, Thomas. Okay, let's move on. Tanvi, Kyra, Saloni. Okay, let's see what's the answer is. I could see some of you have already answered it. Okay, let me wait for another 15 seconds. And here we goes. 19 plus 26, guys. So when I add these 2 numbers, I would be getting 9 plus 6 is 15. 5 in the ones place, 1 goes in the tens place. 2, 3, 4. That's 45 for this, right? 19 times 3 would give me 3 times 9 is 27. 3 times 1 is 3. Adding 2 would give me 57, guys. Adding 57 to it. And 26 times 2 is what, guys? 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 2 is 4. Adding 1, that is 52. That means we have to add all these 3 together. 45, 57, and 52. And the answer is 7 plus 2 is 9, plus 5 is 14. And here we go, 10, 14, and 15. Answer is 154 cars Carlos is having. So that was the correct answer, guys. I hope, yes, you got it right. Let's move on, guys. The next question. Let's see the scoreboard over here. Okay, Shania has, coming to the second position, and Suto is still leading the scoreboard. Congratulations, guys. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Get ready, kids. Yes. Here is the next question, guys. Okay, let me just zoom this question a little bit. Let me read it for you. The table below shows the number of students that are attending a soccer camp from 3 different schools. Okay. Kennedy is having 9 students. Valley is having 17 students. And Highland is having 12 students. Now, you need to find the camp instructor assigned the students into dorm rooms with no more than 4 students per dorm room. What is the least number of dorm rooms that will include all of the student guys? See the answers are coming. Question, guys, and these are the options. Okay, I got the answer. 15 students got it right. Let's see, guys, how that is done. Okay, so here is the question. Now, listen to the question carefully. The table below shows the number of students that are attending a summer soccer camp. Okay, we are having different kind of students in different schools. We are having 3 schools over here, guys. Now there is one very important information given in this. The camp instructor assigned the students to dorm rooms with no more than 4 students per dorm room. Okay, so that means in one dorm room, we can only place 4 students over here, right? That's again a very important skill now reading the, word problems. Now, what is the least number of dorm rooms that will include all of the students? Now, the key word is least. That means I cannot leave any student behind. I have to place everyone in the dorm rooms, guys. Yes. So let us first calculate total number of students. So 9 plus 7 is 16 and 2 is 18. So we have 38 students in total. So if in one dorm room, 4 students can go, so how many rooms would be required for 38 students, guys? We would be dividing that by 38 divided by 4. Yes. So you have to see that, guys, because the information for 1 is given and we have to identify total number of dorm rooms required for 38 students, guys. So we have to divide. Now let's see. We would be dividing. We know that 4 times 9 is 36, but we are still left with 2 students. We have 9 dorm rooms, okay, which can place 36 students, but we are still left with 2. What should I do with the 2? I cannot leave them because they have asked the least number of rooms. Now, the information given to us, guys, is one dorm room has 4 students. That means, can I, create one more room for these 2 students? Because we can place maximum 4 in one. So I can create one more room for 2 students. So that means total number of dorm rooms are 10, guys. So that was the correct answer. Got it? So in these kind of questions, just read the question carefully, guys. Okay, so let's see who's leading the scoreboard now. Okay, so, I could see the consistent leader over here. Congratulations. And 3 players just hit answer streak 3. Keep on going, guys. Let's go for the next question. Okay, here comes the very interesting question, the number patterns. Select the statement that are true about the following number pattern, guys. Go on. Read the options very carefully. got 36 correct answers. Okay, so in this, the question was check all that are true. That means there are more than one option, guys. Yes. So please read the question very carefully if it's asking for more than one or just a simple one question. Now the pattern over here was 70. Now, when I'm moving from 70 to 77, I could see that we are adding 7. Let's see if the same pattern continues. 77 to 84. I'm still adding 7. 84 to 91. I'm still adding 7. That means I'm adding 7. So guys, what would be the next number? Type in your answers in the chat. Type in the next two numbers in this. Next two numbers after 91. The next two numbers in the chat. Okay, I could see that you have answered it. Wonderful. So 91 adding 7 would give me 98. Yes. Now adding more 7 would give me 106, right? Okay, that's 105, right? So 98 plus 7 would give me 105. Yes, Janil, you got that right. Okay, so that means, now read out the questions or options very carefully. Every odd number is followed by an even number. So this is my odd number. This is my odd number. Now this is my odd number. That is followed by even number. Yes, that is true. Now what are even number, guys? Even numbers are those numbers which are having 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 in their ones place, right? Those are even numbers, or we can distribute them equally, right? Now, every number is followed by an odd number. So this is my even number that is followed by an odd number, even number, odd number, even number, odd number. So this was the pattern, guys, and you got it right. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, now I could see the consistent leader over here. Good job, guys. Get ready for the next question. Let's move on. Okay, select the correct option. Here's the question. Determine the rule for the number sequence below. Use the same rule to complete the number sequence, guys. So there is again a pattern in these questions. These questions are very important, guys, and they might come in your exams. Go, guys. I got 25 correct answers. Okay, let's see how this question is solved. Okay, here was the question. Now, determine the rule. I know that many of you have identified the correct rule over here because I could see that completely when I'm moving from 4 to 12. Now, in these kind of questions, that what is the trick hidden in this? Now, you have to use the hit and trial method, guys. You could see I'm moving from 4 to 12, 12 to 36. The numbers are increasing in a big amount. That means I can try with multiplication, right? Rather than going with addition. Okay, we know that 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 3 is 36. 36 times 3 is 108. So that means the pattern is I'm multiplying the numbers by 3 to get the next number, guys. Yes? Now, 2 times 3 gives me 6. 6 times 3 gives me 18. And 18 times 3 gives me, we have to multiply by this. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 1 is 3. Adding 2, 54. Yes, so here is the answer for this. 6, 18, and 54, guys. So see, you can create your own number patterns, guys, and you can just play around with these numbers over here. Right? Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Okay, I could see still. Okay, some changes, but still Ran, Soham, Sanish, and Shania, and Suto is leading the scoreboard. Wonderful job. Okay, let's see. Move on. Describe the relationship between number 6 and 30. Now we have landed on the next skill, guys. Multiples and factors. So that's my favorite topic, guys, multiples and factors. I'm hoping that's a favorite topic of yours too. Let's see. Now the question is, describe the relationship between the numbers 6 and 30. Now, before going on, I would like to just ask some questions. Now, when I write 18 over here, how can I write this 18 as using two numbers as a product? I can write 18 as 3 times 6 is equal to 18. 2 times 9 is equal to 18, and 1 times 18 is equal to 18, isn't it? Now, the numbers which we are multiplying, guys, that becomes our factors. And the product which we are getting, that is our multiple. So don't ever get confused with that. Now, this 30 is a multiple of 6. Why? Because when I multiply the 6 times 5, I'm getting a product as 30. So that means 30 is the multiple of 6 over here. And the 6 and 5 are the factors, guys. Don't ever get confused in these two things. So the numbers which we are multiplying together, those are factors, and the answer, the product which we are getting, is a multiple. And also, if the single number, to find the multiples of 6, I have to multiply that number with 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so on. The numbers are endless, so it goes on till end. So there's one question for you guys before moving on. So you have to tell me any one multiple of 7. Any one multiple of 7, and type in your answers using the chat box. Okay, I could see some answers popping out. Yes. So we can multiply this number 7 by any number to find its multiple. I can multiply it by 6. 42 is the multiple of 7. I can multiply 7 by 10. 70 is a multiple of 7. Or I can multiply it by 11. 77 is a multiple of 7. So this is how it goes, guys. Good job. Let's move to the next question. Okay, so now there is a change. Soham is leading the scoreboard now. Okay, keep going on, kids. Next question for you. Which of the following factor pairs are the factor pairs for 42? Check all that are true. Read the question carefully. Check all that are true. So now we have this 42. What are the factor pairs? I told you in the starting only the factor pairs, right? So how can I write 42? By using two numbers and multiplying them. 7 times 6, 1 times 42, and 14 times 3, right? So that was the correct answers, guys. We have 3 correct answers in this. Okay, so now I think you understood what are factors and multiples. Wonderful. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, Soham is the new leader who over here. Good job. Okay, let's move on to the next question, guys. Moving to the next skill, prime numbers. Which of the following is a prime number between 30 and 40? That's the next skill, guys. Answer is 31. Now, what are prime numbers? Prime numbers are very special numbers. Definitely they are. And why is that? As we studied that, how to write 18 with the factor pairs. 18 was having how many factors? Let's see. 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6. Can I get any more factor pairs? No, because it would be repeating. The time it gets repeated, guys, draw a line. We are done with the factors. 18 is having 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. 6 factors, guys. So now let's see for 31. How can I write 31 as a factor pair? 1 times 31. Is there any other factor pair possible for 31? No, because 31 is not divisible by 2, 3, 6, 9, or any number, right? That means the numbers which are having only 2 factors, and that also the number itself, that means 31 itself, and 1. So when the numbers are having 2 factors, that is 1 and the number itself, those numbers are called as prime numbers, guys. And more than 2 factors, that means those are, can you answer this question? What are these numbers called as who are having more than 2 factors? Please use the chat option, guys. Okay, I can see Rudar is raising the hand. Rudar, you can mention the answer in the chat. Okay, good job. So the more than 2 factors, that means those numbers are called as composite numbers, guys. Yes, good job. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Get ready. Once again, Soham is the one leading the scoreboard. Okay, Ansh has changed his position from 5th to 4th. Good job, guys. Get ready for the next question. Multi-select question. Which of the following are the composite numbers? So which of the following are the composite numbers? As we already know that the numbers which are having more than 2 factors. So over here, 27 and 9 were having more than 2 factors. And how is that? Let's see. 27 can be written as 1 times 27, 3 times 9. Yes. Can I write this 27 more? No. 1, 3, 9, and 27 are the factors for 27. And for 9, 1, 3, and 9 are the factors of 9. These 29 and 19 are not the composite numbers because they're having only 2 factors. So this was about multiples and factors, guys. Let's move on to the next skill. Okay, so Soham is still leading the scoreboard. Nice. Now Janil is back with an answer streak of 3. Wow, wonderful, Janil. You have answered 3 questions correctly in a streak. Good job. Keep going. I could see the smile on Janil's face. Okay, choose the correct option, guys. Let me zoom in the question first. The teacher asked the class to give an estimate. These are the options. So your teacher has asked the class to give an estimate. So use the rounding skills over here. What is a good estimate for 483? Okay, so here we are done, guys. So let's see the question. Okay, the question was, your teacher asked the class to give an estimate of the difference of this. What is a good estimate for 483 to make it easier to subtract, guys? 483. That can be rounded off to 480 because the options are like that. That means we have rounded off this to nearest tens, right? So 480 minus 440. What would be the answer, guys? Type in your answers quickly. That would hardly take 5 seconds. What's your answer, guys? Yes. Yes. 40 is the correct answer. That's how it goes. Now, guys, moving on to the last question of today's session. Let's go on and let's see who would lead the scoreboard now. Okay, Pranav is making a comeback, guys, with 3 in a row. Good job, Pranav. Soham is still leading the scoreboard. Okay, go on. Yes. You buy 3 pairs of pants for $19 each. 5 shirts of $10 each. Which of the following is a good estimation how you spent your money? Okay, guys, so here we are. We got, I think Rudar made a mistake. Yes, Rudar. Okay, so let's see how this question is solved, guys. So you buy 3 pairs of pants for $19 each and 5 shirts for $10 each. So that means you're buying 3 pairs of pants, okay, and 5 shirts. Let us write this on the site. 3 pants and 5 shirts. Always write whatever is given in the question. I would be sharing some strategies also after this. Okay, so 3 pairs of pants for $19 each. If one pair is for $19, these are the keywords, each. So 3 pants would be costing 3 times 19 and 5 shirts for $10 each. And the 5 shirts would be costing times 10. Which of the following is a good estimation? Now, guys, how do we estimate? Now, before multiplying this, we can estimate 19 and 10, right? This 19 can be estimated as 20, right? So that it becomes easier to multiply. 3 times 20 would give us 60. And this is already rounded off. So 5 times time is 50. So now when we add 50 plus 60, we should get 110 as our answer, guys. So here you have to use your estimation, observation. So here we go. 110 is the, accurate and the most estimated one in the options. You might get some other options, guys, in your exam. So make sure you read the options very carefully. Let's see who is leading the scoreboard now. Get ready, guys. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Rangrak, 15 out of 18, correct. 15 out of 18, wonderful, Dinesh. Let's see who's that. Soham. That was a wonderful job, guys. So enjoy the music for next 10 seconds and names are dancing. So Soham, you can also dance. I could see Gerald dancing. Yes. Thank you so much, guys. So this was about it. Now let's move. Now, students, can I quickly request to call your parents once quickly? And before that, I'm having some, thing to share with you. Okay, let me just do this. So can you see this, guys? We have already done this. Now, these are the keywords in word problems, guys. If you want, you can take the screenshot of these keywords. While doing addition, we should add sum total. Whenever you find these keywords, that means these is addition, multiplication, subtraction, and division. And going on, this is the cubes, the problem solving strategy. That means C stands for circle the numbers, as we did in our today's class, right? U means underline the question, box the keywords, eliminate extra information. Okay, I could see the heart popping out, and then check your answer. So these were the skills that I was talking about. So students, quickly call up your parents once. Okay, now let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so give me a moment, guys. Yes, quickly call up your parents because now I'm having the beautiful slide for them. Just 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, I could see that parents have joined. Thank you so much, parents. Now, I would wait for another 10 seconds, guys. Okay, so we did it finally, guys. Congratulations on successfully revising the domain, operations, and algebraic thinking. Now, what next, guys? What next? That means if you're doing something, you would be getting some homework, isn't it? Homework is necessary. So solve practice worksheets shared via email. You would be getting a mail in which some practice worksheets are there. Do practice that, okay? So next mission details. So what's our next mission, guys? Numbers and operations in base 10. Okay. And the date is 17th April. The time remains the same. So do join in the next date on the same time. Upcoming events at 98th percentile. So parents, we at 98th percentile, we usually, organize different events on every month. So we have a wonderful event coming over. I know that many of you would be excited by seeing that. So let's go on to the next slide. So here we are, 98th percentile comics. Guys, now you could unleash your inner cartoonist and tell a tale with comic strip. The most wonderful part is there is no participation fees, guys. You can win up to $1,000 worth of awards and scholarships. And that's for grade 1 to 6. And that's coming in June. The reference link is shared in your chat, guys. So parents, what are you waiting for? Just join that and register your kids over there. I could see the kids are excited. Okay, wonderful. Thanks. Now let's capture this moment with a group photo, guys. I want you, all of you, to switch on your cameras, guys. Okay. Kindly switch on your cameras, everyone. Wonderful. I could see everyone out there. Now keep smiling face or any, posture you want to do, any handshake or a dab. Yes, go on. Here we go. And the screenshot is, group photo is, it looks beautiful, guys. That's taken. Let's see for the next one. Okay, I could see. So it's still some of, okay, so these are the one. Thank you so much, parents, and thank you so much, children, for joining this. I hope you enjoyed it. Meet you in the next class. Bye, Janelle. I could see you're doing this. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye, guys. Yes, bye.